But yeah, so beanies, brain cancer, the cure, how is that moving forward? What is the research that's going on at the moment?
We have research at the HMRI here in Newcastle. We have research at the Royal North Shore in Sydney. We have some collaborations going on around Australia. We have researchers doing a lot of left field type research. We've got about 7 grants that we handed out this year. Now, what were they called again? Just had a mind blank here. Innovation grant. We've got about 7 or 8 that are doing innovation. We think that the answers may come from a bit left field, something you're not quite expecting, because it's a tough nut to crack, brain cancer. So we feel we need some smart, big thinking researchers.
Where is that research? Where is that research?
Yeah,
what are the left field things that you think might be?
Yeah, look, there's immunotherapy where it's your own system fighting the disease, and look, I don't pretend to know heaps about it,
not at all.
And I've got a scientific committee that are about 10 amazing people that they meet, and they steer and decide where our funds go. So it's their job to find the best research that's going to get us the best bang for our buck and get the quickest, best outcomes and answers, so that people like myself and other people out there have got hope, and that we can hope for better treatments and our end goal of a cure. The other big thing is brain cancer nurses at John Hunter Hospital. We've got 2 of them. They've been amazing. They meet you at the door, they book your appointments, they go into your appointments, they go to your house, they do everything. And in brain cancer, it's pretty a scary place to be. So that's an awesome thing. We're doing Mount Kilimanjaro in October. There's 20 trekkers, and we're going to raise funds, and that'll be to add some more brain cancer nurses throughout regional New South Wales. So Port Macquarie, Coffs Harbour, Foster, Tamworth, they're all going to benefit. So if there's anyone out there, get on the Mark Hughes Foundation website, and each trekker, we have our own Everyday Hero page, and people can chip in for our so that we can raise money. So that's the big thing we're doing.
Yeah, beauty. So tell me about Kilimanjaro. What's the training like for that? What is the ascent like?
Well, it's about 6,000 odd metres above sea level, which is, I went to base camp Mount Everest.
Yeah,
that was 5,300. This one's another 1,000 metres up. So it's the altitude. And there's this Red Hot Gym, Air Locker gym, altitude training in Newcastle has just opened up. So I've just started going to that. I did my first session today. So I trained at 3,500 metres today. So they fix the air up and say you're up there. So
they suck the oxygen out, right?
Yeah.
What's that
and
like? How does that?
It just makes it a bit harder, but I actually felt really good doing it.
Yeah, right.
So I'd highly recommend people giving that a go. It's good, but it's good for us too, because we're going to be going into those high altitude areas. But you don't really know how your body's going to handle it. It's a tough one. So you can be the fittest person there, but the altitude might knock you around. So. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but we want tough challenges, because people with cancer, they face tough challenges every day. So we need to do a tough challenge. I'm taking Denny Medeiros, our teammates coming along.
Was booked in to be on the podcast today.
Oh, he might be training.
Where are you?
Yeah, he might be training. And Trent Robinson, the Roosters coach, is going to join us, which I'm excited about that. Brad Godden, an old Knights legend, Steve Crow. So yeah, mate, I love doing these challenges because we raise money. And also gives you personal gain by setting challenges for yourself.
You mentioned Everest. What was happening over there? Take us through what went on during. So you went to base camp.
Yeah, base camp. Yeah, what an amazing thing to do. I would tell anyone, if you get the opportunity, to go do it. You know, it's a really special thing to do. It's really good. And we got to the base camp, and then we went to back. We got to base camp. We all celebrated. There was 28 of us. We went, how good is this? The odds of everyone getting there that's awesome. And then we went back to our rooms, and then a few of the guys got really sick. They started vomiting and had to lay down, had to get the gas chambers, the chambers on them, oxygen chain, you know. And it was a real panicky time for about 4 or 5 blokes for a couple of hours, yeah.
So that's altitude sickness?
Yep. You take tablets and that, but some people just get you worse. So yeah, it's always interesting. And we had to get them helicoptered off the next day, and they were fine after that. So it's a challenge, and it is serious. You know, to think that we're going another 1,000 meters higher than that is, I better get training.
Yeah, well, I mean, with Everest, I think there's a problem at the moment with people actually dying up there because there are so many people trying to get to the summit that there are lines to the point. I saw a photo the other day. There's a line, maybe 400 people, maybe not 400, maybe 150 people long.
Yeah.
And people are spending so much time at the summit because they're actually waiting in line to get to the top. So they're dying waiting in line.
So we went to base camp.
Yeah.
If you're crazy enough to go to the top, base camp's like your home for about 4 weeks just to get ready to go to the top. Base camp's a tough thing in itself, but if you're going to the top, you're a serious dude, because it's it's a tough. I couldn't have, at this point in my life, couldn't imagine doing that.
There was Wim Hof. I think, I don't know if he went to the, I don't know if you know Wim Hof, but he went to the, I don't know if it's the top, but he certainly went to base camp in shorts.
In shorts.
He's the Iceman. He does
the story.
Yeah, Wim Hof.
Did he does no shoes or
no shoes, just in shorts, no shirt, and he has this breathing method, which is basically flooding your body full of oxygen, and that was his big thing. He holds all these records of being submerged under ice, and I think he swam underneath Arctic ice to the point he set a world record, and he's I think his retina froze, and he couldn't work out where he was. He couldn't get back through the ice, and only just somehow got out. Like, he's batshit, this guy, but he really believes in his breathing method and all that kind of stuff. It's incredible to think that, you know, something so tough as to get to base camp was this dude who's on a whole different level to a lot of people. Was able to do that basically nude. It's
quite funny. It can be really nice weather, so you're in shorts and a shirt most of the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then there's some really cold, but you got the jackets and gloves on. It changes a lot.